Morning, everyone. TGIM, June 21. Lots happening these days, lots happening this weekend, right? We're having the first day of summer, or the summer solstice that they call, which is kind of the longest day of the year, or a changing point in the seasons. Very important day to a lot of cultures where they celebrate this change, this coming from something that may have been a bit of a struggle through the springtime and into a harvest type of period where they can begin to claim some of the things that they have planted, if you will, in the first half of the year. So if you've been working on your goals, as you know, we review them pretty regularly, but if you haven't, this is a really, really good time to be doing that, because now you can kind of jump on this bandwagon energy wave of progress and harvest. So look at those goals, make sure they're on track, set some new ones, set some bigger ones, really get bold and audacious, if you will. And it's by your faith that you will begin to realize some of these things. A good time to maybe even change the batteries in some of the things that you have, and or toothbrushes even. If you're planning to maybe go on a trip, it's always good to go with a fresh one, right? So we celebrate and appreciate this time. But we also had this weekend Father's Day, a time to celebrate the fathers, the dads, the figures in our lives who kind of maybe are a little less outward in emotion or in sensitivities. However, many dads are nowadays. But there's also the figure in all of us, the dad type of personality that wants to kind of lead and be a role model in certain ways. Sometimes we do it consciously and sometimes we don't. We may not be, those that say a whole lot, but by our example, by our actions, we do say a lot. My dad was one of those guys that, he was a good pitcher. He could really market and sell something. But when it came time to leading as a dad, he often did it just by example. A little knock early in the morning to wake me up to follow him throughout the weekend, throughout the days, so that I could learn by watching, learn by how he did things. And so we too must be aware that there is always somebody watching. There may be a child, and if you're not a dad or a father, there could be a niece or a nephew, or even some young lad or some young gal who's looking and watching you do things, and they will learn. There's the monkey see, monkey do thing that goes on in a lot of little kids' lives. So it behooves us to be aware and to be conscious of what we think and say and do, right? Because it's by those that we will create our own future and the future of others. So take this great Monday as a brand new day. It's supposed to be cooler, a new beginning today. Enjoy. Have a great, great week. Choose the state of happiness. Be happy so that you can do happy and have happy, and then pass it on to give even more happy. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in there through these hot days, and there's some hot days ahead. So stay hydrated, stay cool, stay fresh, and thanks again. Cheers.